Hi everybody, I'm Euphorya, and this is Lethis Path of Progress. So you may have heard of this, maybe not. Lethis is a city builder, a steampunk themed city builder, made by Triskull Interactive, and they made this game to be kind of a tribute to those classic city builders like Caesar 3 and Cleopatra and Zeus, and all those 2D sprite walker based kind of city builders. So I wanted to play this with you, go through the campaign. I've been playing it for quite a while. There's a really nice tutorial here. I played through all the tutorial, and I've played through a couple of the campaign missions, so I feel like I know a little bit about what's going on here. I'm going to play it on normal. I don't necessarily have confidence in my skills yet to play on hard. But let's go through the first campaign mission here. Alright, so our objectives here, we're going to need 1,200 workers in level 8 housing and 4,000 units of meat as tribute to the Emperor. And we'll get to what all this stuff means in a little bit here. Mr. Ellington, what a pleasure to meet you. How are you? I have excellent news, as you might have heard. Professor Alstrom's inventions are sensational. Condensed steam as a source of energy? Yet this also may lead to a rural exodus. Big cities are going to pop up just as fey mushrooms. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting kind of mythology surrounding this game too, fairies and whatnot. Focus on agriculture and steady food supply will become important issues. It is your task to tackle these problems. All eyes are on you. Succeed and the Empire will reward you portly. You'll be rewarded portly. I like that. That's cool. Alright. So let's get this show on the road. Okay, so here we are. We're in our first city area here, and so all this brown, this is all fertile land. Oh my god, the frame rate is just atrocious right now. So this is all fertile land. We have to build farms on there, and then all of our citizens and new citizens that are going to be coming into town come through this red door over here. And I really like the art style. I think it looks really cool. So let's start. Let's start building some houses for our new townspeople to come in. And I think we're just going to build a straight road down here. We're going to want farms eventually too and stuff. So might as well deal with that. And I've spent some time, and I think I found a fairly good way of putting together a city here. So what I'm gonna do, what I generally like to do is build my houses in blocks of 6 by 23 blocks. So let's get this started here. So I'll start this road, 1 2 3 4 5 6, bam, then we'll go up. And then I want 23, and I'll show you why this is in just a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Alright, this should be good to go. Okie dokie. And unlike other games, like Anno or SimCity or something like that, it's vitally important that let me just do this real quick, okay? There we go. Okay. Our road structure is far more important because everything is based on walkers, and I'll show you what that means in just a second here. So, we'll leave it like that for now, and watch our new townspeople come in, all nice and happy, as they tend to be. And if I click on one of these houses, as you can see, it says this building needs access to a well. So our first little tents, we need to give them access to a well, and you can see this is a level 1 house. So level 8 in our objectives over here on the right, that means we need to get these houses up to level 8, and there's quite a few things we need to deal with. So what we'll do is go to our services tab here. One issue I kind of have with the game, there's a severe lack of tooltips, and you just kind of have to know what the buttons mean for clicking them, and it's taken me a while to figure out where all these buildings are, but number 1, we need a well. So we'll click that well. You can press the R key to rotate your buildings, and I like this because I like having a nice aesthetic look to my buildings here. So Start there. Put a well right there. Bam. Um, so while I was putting that well down, I guess it wasn't very well broadcast there. Um, but you can see this walker comes out. So there he is, a water supplier guy. He goes around, he gives water to all these houses, and then they advance to the next level. And that's awesome. He walks around, and so just placing a well here doesn't give all your houses access to water. You need to make sure that the walker coming out of this house is going to go in the right direction and supply all these houses. Now their path is random at every intersection, so they'll take a random turn somewhere. So what we can do is put down these roadblocks here. So I'll put one there and there. So now any walkers that are going to walk down this hallway, they won't go in this direction and they won't go in that direction. That's good. Keep them on track. Keep them supplying water constantly to these houses. And that's what we want. We don't want walkers walking around. And that is the big, managing situation of this game, is we need to make sure our walkers are as efficient as possible. And that's why doing these kind of big circular loops is a little more efficient than having lots of little roadways in between all the houses, because then your walkers just will walk randomly everywhere and it just isn't efficient. So this is the best way I've found so far. Now another thing we need is a maintenance building right here. So our houses have maintenance requirements, and we need a maintenance building, so we'll put that down right there. So we need someone to walk through and make sure our houses don't collapse. Actually, alright, I put this well slightly off center here. I actually want it to be over here. There we go. And the next thing that I'm going to build, well, first of all, as you saw here, when I put down the well, there's this kind of yellow-green squares. That shows the coverage of the well and where the walkers will cover. So, this square, that green square right there, is going to get lots of coverage, and these yellow squares are going to get decent coverage. So it'll all kind of work out. All right, so what do we need next? We need food. Our residents need food. Okay, then. So, there's a couple ways we can get food. We can go fishing and various other things. Unfortunately, we don't have lakes or anything, so we can't. Our fish are grayed out. Or sorry, rivers. We have a lake, but no rivers. So we want to build farms on this fertile land. And one of our objectives is that we need meat eventually. So might as well make some meat here. So to get meat, we need to build a ranch. Unfortunately, ranches require wheat in the first place. So I'm going to build some meat farms here to begin with. So I'm going to try to maximize my fertile land space here. We'll start with 6. 6 farms is sufficient for now. There we go. Cool. And we'll do that, and then... and we might... let's build some ranches, too. Might as well. I'll build a ranch... let's say here and here. We'll build 2 ranches. There we go. So we're a little low on workers right now, and that's okay. As soon as we start getting food and stuff, they'll come in. In fact, I can just shut these ranches down for now. Hey guys, we need you working in the farms. Start working in the farms. But yeah, I'm going to turn these buildings off so that we're not using them yet. Those are some loud cows. Where is everybody working? 78% unemployment. Anyway, one thing about farms is they're seasonal. So right now it's summer, and wheat does not, it doesn't work in summer, I guess. So we need to sow the seeds in Fedheim, whatever month that is, and they harvest it in this month, the 29th of that month. So wheat farms in general are pretty seasonal, and we got some barley farms available to us here too. Yeah, barley farms. I don't know when they when their seasons are. Was that a wheat farm? That was dumb. I accidentally got a wheat farm there. Alright, barley farm. There we go. Same time, basically. Yeah. They all sow in the same time, they just harvest it a little later, I guess. So we'll leave that for now. There we go. See, our month is that unpronounceable month right there, and so they are all, now all our workers are sowing the seeds for the wheat. So to prepare for harvest in the coming months, we need a granary. So we come here and lay down a granary. It is called a granary. It's not a granary. I don't care what anybody else says. So there you go. Granary. So now, once the wheat is harvested, they'll bring all their wheat to this here place. And basically all perishable foods come into this granary. And we need food here, so you know what? How many workers do we got? We need a lot of workers. You know what? Let's just use all of our wheat. I'm going to shut down these 2 farms. And let's use all of our wheat for feeding the livestock. I think that'll be fine, right? Obviously, I haven't gotten the full, efficiency of how to do all this stuff yet, but I got a pretty good idea of what's going on now. Actually, that's one key building I need. I need a new maintenance worker to, keep these farms in check here. So I'm going to put a maintenance building right here. There we go. I know, I'm missing workforce. Actually, you know what we can do? I'm going to build more houses. That is an easy solution. There you go. And put some houses down here. There you go. Perfect. There we go. Now we'll have more people to use our farms here. In fact, let me turn these farms back on, because we're definitely going to have enough population to deal with that. Nice. And the cool thing about this, building the blocks in this way is these walkers, they do double duty, so they get both sides of the road while they're walking around, which is helpful. Alright, so what do we got here? Still need 35 more workers, but more people are going to be moving in here in a little while, so our work situation should be able to sort itself out. Hopefully. Okay. I love the art style and all these things. I mean, look at these cool cow guys, and this worker's just chopping up their brethren right in front of them. That's always a nice thing to see. There's nobody working at this granary yet. There will be. We've almost got our full work needs met. Almost. So let me fast forward a little bit here until our first wheat harvest is done, because there's not much more I can really do with the workers the way they are. And I don't want to start building more houses, because they can easily get a little out of hand. I like to start with one block, and then we can develop this block. We'll usually have enough people. There we go. So you saw the harvest happened, and they brought all the wheat to the granary, and then they brought the wheat to the ranch and fed some cows, and now we have some meat to go here. So we have some meat. That is food. There's a bunch of different types of food, but meat is a good type. And the way we distribute the food to the populace is we need a shop here. So I'm going to build a shop. That's why I left this conspicuous 3 place right there. So we got a shop. There you go. We got our town crier and everything. I love this guy. This is one of my favorite guys. This is like the food collector guy. Oh, no, I don't want that. Oh, dang it. He's got one of the best portraits in the game for sure. Yeah, look at that. Look at that mustache. There he is. He's the food vendor. He's got a cool look to him, that's for sure. That's the look I want, of course. Alright. So everything seems to be working out pretty well. We got bringing wheat to the cows. Cows are eating the wheat, killing those cows and feeding them to the populace. It's all going well. So these houses are upgrading as they're getting food. So now they're level 3. And as you can see here, we have a new kind of thing here. The environment is not pretty enough for this house's residence. And then also we need access to a wash house. So the second one I can easily rectify right here. So we'll go into our services tab, build another wash house, and build it right there. That's why I left that conspicuous space for the wash house. And then also the prettiness is a problem. So decorations is really important. And that's why I left this this 2-block wide kind of place in the middle there. And you know, your peasants like for things to look pretty, so it's good to use this little, keep a little center area ready for decorations here. So let's build some trees here. Let's put some fountains. Yeah, we'll build some of these lamps, fairy lamps, and I'll put a little, another sliver of flowers right here. Nice. There you go. Beautiful. Look at how gorgeous it looks. There you go. And we bumped up another level there. So now they're living in booths. A booth. And that's our level 4 house. And now we need alcohol. Alcohol is the big thing now that everybody wants. Great. So to make alcohol, that is another food item here. We need these. There's actually 2 ways, and later on I'll go over the distilleries and stuff. It's pretty funny. Like, they capture fairies and use the fairies in the distilleries to make absinthe, and that's funny to me. But for now, what we're going to do is make some barley farms. So we'll have a couple barley farms here. I think 4 should be sufficient. And we'll make it around. It's generally a good idea to make loops, because then the walkers can come around and make the loop. I notice if you just dead-end it, the walkers come down here, then they have to walk all the way back, and sometimes their timer will expire before they can get all the way around to everybody. So I just want to make sure the maintenance guy hits these farms. And once that's done, we'll build some abbeys for them to make the beer. 2 of them will work out for now. And then finally, we don't store beer in the granary, so we need to make a warehouse to store the dry goods here, or the beer. The non-dry goods, I guess, is what we would call them. Starenhall's mines are producing more copper than usual, therefore we can export more copper. Okay, great. Eventually that'll become a thing that we need to deal with, but not right now. I'm going to build some flower little borders around here just so everyone's happy. People don't like being next to warehouse buildings and stuff, so sometimes they'll devolve if you're building a little too close to them, but build some more flower borders. Everybody likes flowers. Yeah, look at that. There you go. That guy upgraded just because I put a flower bed next to him. Alright. So, now all there really is to do is wait until the barley's done. And, harvested and whatnot. Look at all the stacks of meat we got in there. So what happens generally is, you have food and beer and stuff in these storage houses. A person comes from the shop. They come down here, pick up all the food and stuff, and then they stock it in the shop. As you can see, it says, so far the shop is only stocking meat. And there's a lot of other resources that the shop can stock and to make your citizens happier and all that stuff. Really, to get your workers up to max level, you only need 2 different types of food, which isn't terribly difficult to get. But later on, we'll get nobles. They call them the bourgeoisie here. That's a reference, obviously. But those guys are picky as hell, and they're basically like nobles from Anno. where they just want everything all the time. And that's really fun because you get to make lots of cool, like robot. You get to make automatons as their servants, and you get their bathhouses, and it's just a bunch of cool stuff. So we'll see that in the next mission. This mission is just kind of an intro here. Oh, we got our first hauntings. So these are ghosts. Oh god, our houses are haunted. So to deal with ghosts, we need to build Exorcist. An Exorcist here. So I'm going to put it... yeah, that works, I think. An Exorcist hut right there. So now the Exorcist will come out and exorcise all these ghosts. There she is. Yeah, there you go. Our Exorcist. So this is basically the equivalent to fires and stuff like Caesar and whatnot. Actually, that reminds me, I need to collect taxes. So I'm going to build a tax collector. Discoverer Calvin Nemo recently came back from his expedition with huge news. He discovered an enormous island in the midst of the ocean. Many thought that Lethis' east was merely covered by an endless sea. The blue island just reminds us again in what marvelous times we were living. Oh, look at that. It's really cool. It's got kind of like a 1920s explorer flavor, always. So you can't run a city without taxes, so here's a tax collector. And one of the issues with the tax collector is we need to have a town hall as well to store our taxes. So I need to build a town hall. Geez, I don't know, man. Sure, let's build it right there. That's reasonable. There. And I'll build another maintenance guy here just so that the town hall doesn't burn to the ground. There you go. So now our tax collector, he'll walk around, collect taxes from all the happy citizenry. And as you can see, everybody went to level 5 here, so I guess the booze is starting to go out here. We collected all the barley, the booze is starting to get made, the beer. And now, next level, well, they want some alcohol, but these people over here, they want a theater. So let's build them a theater. That's another... There you go. Alcohol is starting to get around to everybody. Makes them want to be more productive, I guess. So theater. So now they'll send actors around to entertain the populace. I can't get my cursor on her. No, I don't want the random washerwoman. That's all right. All right, cottage level 6. They demand utensils. Utensils from the shop. Alrighty. So that's something that we're going to have to build for them. We're going to have to make them utensils. Because indeed we want our houses to be at level 8 eventually, so we'll work with that. You know, we got some extra wheat here. It might be nice to start maybe a bread production facility. So let's do that real quick. So for bread, we need wheat, and we need to grind the wheat into flour. So to grind wheat into flour, we need a windmill, of course. Windmill. So that makes some flour, and then we need some bakeries. And I'll just build 2 bakeries here. There you go. So we'll use some of this excess wheat. We have a little bit of extra. A lot of it's going to the meat, obviously, but we have some extra wheat here. So we'll make some flour, make some bread, give our citizens a little different food to taste every once in a while instead of just eating meat all day. And I'll have meat and bread. It'll be delicious. All right, what was I doing? That's right. Utensils. Utensils is what we want. Good. There seems to be a bit of an alcohol shortage. I think we might need some more barley farms, actually. And... damn it. Accidentally misclicked on the wheat there. There we go. There. We'll have some wheat and some barley. That really rubs my perfectionist bone the wrong way, having some wheat in the middle there, but whatever. I'll deal with it. Alright, so that should boost up our alcohol production a little bit here. Capital needs silk. It demands 1,000 units of silk to be delivered within a year. Okay. Yeah, let's work on that. Let me check here. So our unemployment rate is 11%. So again, okay, I'll get to the utensils. Just things have been coming up a little bit here. So unemployment rate is about 11%. That means we have some workers to spare. So what I'm going to do, what we need for silk is we need to make these. This is in the industry tab. There's a silk farm here, which is a really awesome building. And we'll build that there. So we'll have the silk farm, and we get these silks from these giant silkworms, and that guy's washing that silkworm right there. They're kind of cute in their horribleness, but that's nice. That's kind of funny. I like that. Looks like our granary's getting kind of full. I might want to build another one here. Let me build another granary. Where do I got room for this thing? I'll build it right there. Oh yeah, geez. People were just waiting. Hasselport's steam condenser exploded, which led to severe terraforming of its river delta and into a deluge. Oh geez. Many flee. They need to urgently repair the city to restore the fishing region's economy, so I can't trade with them anymore. That's alright. We'll get to trade in a little bit here. There you go. We had a lot of extra wheat and barley hanging around. Whoa, someone just took a ton of meat. Anyway, alright, so silkworms, they eat barley. They eat some barley, and then they produce silk. So now we're producing silk with our newly acquired barley harvest there. I think as soon as we get to 4,000 meat, I'm going to pay the tribute to. Alright, so we got some of that done. Good. And now let's get to the main thing. We want utensils. We want these people to have utensils. So for utensils, we have a utensil factory right here. So let me build kind of a trade quarter over here. So the thing is, for utensils, we need copper, and this map doesn't actually have any copper on it. Copper comes from mountains and stuff, and we'll see that in the next mission, but we need some copper. So what I'm going to do is build a trade center. And this trade center is pretty freaking cool, too. And I'll build a little storage place there to hold some stuff. And then I'll build a couple of utensil factories. Yeah, we're running low on workers here. There's too much work going on at the farms. Whoa, everybody! Why is everyone leaving? Oh, there's not enough alcohol. Well, everyone's making alcohol pretty quickly, so I don't know what the problem is there. I might need another abbey at some point. Maybe this silk farm was taking up too much of our barley. We got 300 silk. We need 1,000 for the Emperor. It's not a big deal if we totally fail, but it's not good either. Oh my god, like 90% of the city just left. It's alright. We'll come back. It's all good. So first of all, we need copper to make these utensil factories work, and you know, just so that we're not wasting time on that shit. Just leave it like that. Turn it all off so our workers are, you know, staying on the buildings that are important. So we'll go to this world map view over here. This world on the top there. And we need to find a town. So I think this is us. Fedheim. Hasselport there. We can't trade with them. They had the issue. So Rummendale, they sell fish. And they buy absinthe and beer. And then Sternhall, they sell whatever this is, potatoes and copper, which is exactly what we need. And they buy glass and jewelry, which we don't make any of that, so whatever. So I'm going to open this trade route, 500 bucks, you got it. So that's open, and so now we have the ability to buy resources. So I'm going to buy 800 copper. And this is, I think this is like per season this comes in. I don't know how often it comes in. I haven't really checked on it at all. But we'll leave it at that for now. And once people, you know, come back to our land here, we can. Why is nobody? Oh, there's probably not enough workers here. We don't need as much wheat. Let's get rid of some of those farmers there. There we go. Now this thing can start working again. And they'll start transporting the barley and stuff to everybody who needs it there. And I'll stop this silk shop. They don't need that barley. Oh, so I think we have enough meat now to pay the tribute. That's part of our quest here, so I'm going to pay that. There you go. 4,000 meat. You got it. So now all that's left to do is get these houses to level 8, and we'll be good to go. So we're at currently, you know, hovering around level 6, level 5, level 6. Depending on how much beer we have, basically. So, I think it's time. Maybe I should build another abbey, possibly. But we're a little low on workers, so I'm hesitant to do that right now. Oh, we got a little bit of unemployment. That's good. I'd rather have a beer surplus, honestly. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to make that silk payment. So, let me build another abbey. This will be our main kind of barley sink. And since I'm not going to be able to make the silk payment, I'm just going to delete that. Who needs it? We don't need that. That probably wasn't necessary. It's not like we get money back or are hurting for cash or anything like that. But, you know, I don't like having random buildings laying around. Okay. Didn't manage to provide... Yeah. Sorry about that, buddy. So I'm going to go until harvest here. Just to get some extra barley and whatnot. There you go. Look at all that. All that is going to be made into sweet, sweet beer. Yeah. Look at these production buildings. Maybe I can activate these again? I don't know if they'll be able to grow enough wheat in the time that it was given to them, but we'll see. And now we have a lot of unemployment during the off season here. So our trade center is back up and running, and I'll reactivate our warehouse. Come on. There you go. There we go. Reactivating the warehouse. So we should, now that we're fully staffed here at the trade depot, we should be getting copper soon from that other city. One thing is it's really kind of weird to manage is when you have a very agriculture farm heavy city, then in the off season there's a huge amount of unemployment, and unemployment makes people unhappy. But then in the on season you have a real shortage of workers, and it's kind of an interesting thing to have to juggle this unemployment when your farms are running, everybody's working. When your farms aren't running, nobody's working. It's pretty interesting. So once we get these utensils up and running, then we'll be up to level 7 houses, and then I think we just need one more thing to get up to level 8 houses. There you go. You can see some barrels of beer there in our warehouse. Got some good beer going there. And oh, that's not good. What the hell, maintenance guy? So if your maintenance, this is what happens if your maintenance guy doesn't come across these buildings often enough, they collapse, and that's bad. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a roadblock, yeah, right there. So you can't really see it, but now it's going to make this maintenance guy, he's only going to walk along this area, I believe. I'm going to put the roadblock here just to ensure that he does that. And now I need to delete the other roadblock. There you go. Bam. Good. Alright, now I'll just kind of patrol this top area. So we don't even worry as much about where he's going. And I think this guy can handle all these buildings. I think his patrol is sufficient, possibly. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Because all he's really doing is coming around this road here. capital still need... Okay, so the capital wants more silk. Fine. If you say so. I guess, you know, I got some extra workers to spare. I'll rebuild this thing. You know, money isn't too big of an issue in this mission, seeing as, you know, we're collecting taxes and stuff. It's not huge. Another thing that the town hall does for you is you can see some analytics about your city. You know, so you know the population growth, the money. You can change the tax level, all that stuff. And you got some nice overlays here. This is like the beauty overlay, how beautiful each section is. Later on, you get steam pipes and stuff, and that's kind of neat. You can see where your walkers are, you know, the coverage of various walkers. There you go. Is that maintenance people? No, I don't know. The maintenance level of various buildings. So, lots of cool little overlays you can use to see, you know, get an idea of the efficiency of your city. And they're relatively useful. So now we got some copper. Actually, oh, I missed the thing. It's really cool. I'll try to find it next time. But when the trade caravans are actually balloons, and the hot air balloons come in and land in the trade depot, it's pretty awesome. I'm going to build another utensil factory. I find that usually I can support around 2 utensil factories per mine, and I think a mine gives about 800 per thing here, so 27 more workers needed. Yeah, so see, we are at like 50%, 30% unemployment, and then now the farm season is back in, and now everybody is working. So it's kind of a weird deal. But as soon as our utensils start getting built, as soon as we start rolling out utensils here, we're going to be good to go. That warehouse keeps giving me problems. Silk farm. You know, it might be worth building some more houses here, just in case. Yeah, I think I might do that. Yeah. I mean, we definitely don't need more meat right now, so I can poach some workers from these ranches. We got our entire granary is full of meat. We've even got more meat over it. We got too much meat going on. I'm just hesitant to build more houses because it's kind of just a waste of resources, honestly. As the houses increase in level, we get more people moving in and more workers, and it's just not really worth building a whole nother block of houses. I found, at least. It's generally better to kind of minimize and try to keep as many people employed as possible. Well, now our silk farm is rolling out some silk. How much silk have we got going on here? 500 units of silk. Well, you better get on that, buddy, because the Emperor is getting pissed. Alrighty. So everything seems to be chugging along here. So let's just go until we get some utensils. There you go. So we got some utensils in that warehouse. So, oh man, we got all kinds of utensils. So now the shop owner is going to come through here. Ooh. Building just collapsed. Oh my god! That was a lot of buildings. Yeah, I thought that might be a problem. You know what, I'm just going to build another maintenance guy right here. There you go. So one maintenance guy goes and patrols here, the other maintenance guy comes down here. That should be fine. Alright, it looks like the utensils are starting to flow. So we got some... Oh, there you go. There's the trade balloon coming down to trade some copper with us. So the trade balloon comes in, drops off some copper. We get our people, you know, drop the copper off in there and bring it to the utensil factory. All the good stuff. Alright, so we're at level 7. 30 days left to deliver. It's not a big deal if we don't deliver this silk. I'm not going to sweat it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work out. So now, lastly, we need medicine to get the herbalist, or from an herbalist to get to level 7 houses. And once we're at level 7 houses, all we need to do is wait for our population to grow. So, Herbalist is another service, right there, the herbalist. So I'll build an herbalist right here. And for an herbalist to work properly, they need... Yeah, I failed silk. I got it. For an herbalist to work properly, they need a greenhouse to grow all their herbs in. So I'm going to build a greenhouse right there. Okay. So now this... Usually I find one greenhouse is enough to supply 2 herbalists, I think, is the way I've seen it work out. So you don't need to go crazy on greenhouses with your building production. God, look at we just have stacks of meat. More meat than anybody could ever use. We got another trade ship coming in. You know what? I'm gonna up how much copper we buy, because it looks like we're running through our copper reserves kind of quickly. Yeah. They're running out of copper, so it's time to buy more copper. We could buy some... Yeah, what the hell? Let's buy some potatoes, too. Why not? There's absolutely no functional reason for that other than I want my citizens to have a healthy, round diet. Okay, so once the herbalist starts... Alright, so there you go. Produced some herbs at the greenhouse there, and now they're taking it to the herbalist. And once the herbalist gets her herbs, he'll run around and upgrade these buildings. Already kind of happening. Yeah, there you go. You can see it happening. There's the herbalist. So we got some level 8 houses popping up here. Damn. Oh man, we went straight to level 9 houses. Level 9 is we need a second source of food is where we get to level 9 houses. So far, what do we got bread and we got meat, so that's 2 sources of food. That bumps it up to level 9. And then finally a newspaper kiosk. And there you go, we won. We got all our houses to level 8. And got enough citizens, we did all that stuff. We didn't really get the silk, but yeah, this is Lethis. And I find I've been having a lot of fun with it lately. It's been really good, and I'd like to go through some of the campaign levels with you guys. So if you enjoyed the episode, go ahead and click the like button. If you'd like to see more from me, Euphorya, then go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time, where we'll try to complete Mission 2 here.